Hi everyone, my name is Ong Lek Hong.
I'm Chong Wing Shing
and I'm Okapon.
and we are from
SMJK Something.
Today, with pleasure, we are going to present our Young Scientist Competition project video. So, let's get started. Today, we are going to introduce an electricity generator which is way more exotic than the usual one. In light of the polluted environment, we human beings are now thriving in the aspect of developing renewable energy like solar energy, wind energy and hydro energy that do not harm the environment, as a pollution is a kind of detrimental issue. Now, we would like to introduce another way of generating electricity by using carbon dioxide. And by pleasure, we name our device as carbon dioxide electricity generator. Since we were in primary schools, we are being taught that carbon dioxide is a type of harmful gas that contribute to greenhouse effect, which alter the phases of natural environment or exacerbate it in a dreadful way as it traps heat. This often leads to the disheartening issue like forest fire, melting of glaciers in Arctic and Antarctica, flooding, prolonged drought season, and it causes a lot more indescribable destruction to the environment. At this point, an eureka moment strikes, and we think of why don't we recycle the carbon dioxide produced from combustion of fuel in the large industries. This is because the carbon dioxide is often being released into the environment, besides being wasteful for all of us, as we can use it for another decent purpose. Thus, we think of reusing it to generate electricity instead in a more meaningful purpose. At the end, no emission of harmful gases and scorching heat produced from combustion will be arrested. The environment is thus preserved and protected.
In this experiment, our objective is to prove that CO2 is really a type of useful gas that can be a member of renewable energy just like sun, wind and water, even with its previously known notorious property like trapping heat and being acidic, provided that it is being reused in a scientific manner just like what we do in this experiment. Thus, we are now going to talk about how are we going to use this carbon dioxide to generate electricity, like the theory behind this experiment, the types of material and apparatus used in this experiment, the efficiency in generating electricity, and the benefits of generating electricity using CO2 instead of other sources of renewable energy.
First of all, from a chemical equation, we know that combustion of fuel will release carbon dioxide, heat energy, and water. Most of the time, the carbon dioxide gases are released into the atmosphere directly or indirectly after undergoing a conversion process into harmless gas through catalytic converter. It may reduce the harm to the environment, but it would actually be a waste. So, before thinking of eliminating carbon dioxide gases, we should instead convert it into another state of matter, which is solid. Theoretically, the carbon dioxide gases can be compressed under high pressure to form solid carbon dioxide. Besides, at normal room condition, solid carbon dioxide can also produce at 1 atm with a temperature equal or lower than -78 degrees Celsius. In terms of that, the solid carbon dioxide would absorb heat and sublimate rapidly into cold carbon dioxide gases, provided that it is placed under extremely hot condition due to great difference in temperature. At this point, it indicates that we can simultaneously reuse the heat energy released by industry due to combustion of fuel. The heat energy that released by the industry is able to heat up the solid carbon dioxide, causing it to sublimate rapidly. Besides, water produced during combustion is also boiled to become steam by reusing the combustion heat under high temperature. Under such condition, which is high temperature and high pressure, is being created in a small container. The steam and cold air release will have a great energy to make the generator spin to produce electricity. Besides, this also works according to the convection theory, as cold carbon dioxide gas is being channeled diagonally on top and hot steam is being channeled diagonally below into the small container. In terms of that, a conversion current is formed inside the container as denser cold air will sink, replacing the rising less dense hot air. Thus, the fan turns, causing the connecting generator to produce electricity.
First of all, we prepare solid carbon dioxide, which is dry ice, a tripod stand, some water, a hot pack, a container, a pipe, another plastic container, a plastic bottle, a LED light, and a wire, and the last is a fan which is made up of spoon. First of all, we add hot water into the dry ice, and at the same time adding one hot pack into water. And so let the show begin. And so, this is our display of our experiment. We used a plastic bottle, a LED, a box which acts as its holder, a tripod stand, a thin container which contains the water, a rubber tube, a fan made out of spoons, and a plastic container. As you can see, we uses the concept of the convection current for our experiment. Cold CO2 gas, due to the sublimation of dry ice, which is denser, will sink, while hot steam, which is less denser than cold air, will rise. This will form a faster rotation. Theoretically, the CO2 gas can be compressed under high pressure to form solid carbon dioxide. Besides, at normal room condition, solid carbon dioxide can also be produced at 1 atm with a temperature equal or lower than negative 78 degrees Celsius. The combustion of fuel will produce heat energy, CO2, and water. Heat energy which is released is used to boil the water. At the end of the experiment, we can see that the LED lights up.
This is because the fan spin due to the established convection current inside the container as solid carbon dioxide sublimates rapidly and H2O boils fast to produce gases with two extremely different temperatures under a very hot condition.
As a result, the turning of fan initiating the spinning of generator, causing the electromagnetic induction inside it and producing the electricity.
Generally speaking, CO2 can be a useful gas that helps mankind to generate electricity if we use it in a scientific manner. In terms of that, it can be regarded as a type or source of uprising renewable energy. Thus, we would like to introduce this carbon dioxide electricity generator to the people around the world in the future, if we afford the pleasure to do so. This is because the carbon dioxide electricity generator is much more cheaper to be built as compared to building the dam, which may also devastate the forest in the context of generating hydroelectric energy, and it does not depend on weather conditions. Just like sun and wind does, as combustion process is regarded as a bare necessities in most of the factory in order to manufacture products. Thus, thank you.